Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Lori. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you're here, and if you're returning, I am very grateful to all of you who love and support me. I have some great subscribers and those who follow without subscribing. I just thank you for being here. I truly appreciate your love, your support, your thoughts, your comments, your constructive criticism. I am thankful for all of that. I must be very thankful today because I'm thanking you guys for everything, but I truly am so very grateful for all of you. I have fluffy hair. I don't know what else to say. I'm looking a little rough today for Saturday singles. I'm putting on some Kopari. I think it's called Starry Eye Balm. I love this. This is basically solid coconut oil, and I'm sure there's other ingredients as well. Yes, Starry Eye Balm. I'll have the link down below for you guys. But I love this stuff. It has really helped with my under eye. I haven't really noticed anything other than my under eye isn't so dry and crackly. So I'm just putting that on there because I look a little rough this morning and my eyes are trying hard to focus, and I don't know why they're struggling. Probably because I need new glasses, but so my eyes are, if they're going cross-eyed or one's going one way and another, that's how it feels inside my eye socket. But just know I'll have zero control over these little orbital fleshy bits inside my face. All right, so Saturday singles, that is why we are here. I am going to hold this palette up, which we are going to be using, but I can't tilt it a whole lot because the majority of them are loose. Now, these are shadows. Some of them are new to my collection. Some are just random bits that were actually in this palette when I depotted a whole bunch of shadows that either had the palette had broken or they had popped out of the palette. I have some that I kept from a palette that I depotted because I couldn't get my brush into the palette. And then there's one that I depotted a couple of shadows and then tossed the rest. I think that's what we did. So there's like 6 or 7 palettes in here. There's a couple in here that I'm not a huge fan of the matte formula, but I kept it because the eyeshadow didn't completely fall apart. Man, my eyes are like off the charts. So I have very fluffy hair today. I pulled it back to film and I had all these pieces sticking up and I had little horns going on. I had this one chunk just fall forward. My sides are all puffy and popping out. So if I have crazy hair, it's because my hair is overly fluffy today. Let me set this primer with my Fresh by ABH. I am panning this and I'm trying to use it as much as possible. I was playing the other day and I was just using not this, but shadows that I just had on my desk. So, you know, Project Pan. eyeshadows. I had some singles sitting on my desk, and I was just playing with them. And I created one of the prettiest looks I have ever made, at least in my opinion. I thought it was really pretty. And I think I took a picture. If I did, I'll put it up here. But I really liked it. And I'm like, oh, I can recreate it. And the next day I was like, I don't remember quite what I used. I think I have a couple of them because I used my Afternoon Rendezvous palette and my Midnight Affair palette. I used quite a few different palettes and shadows because, you know, I was just playing, so I had lots of different ones. But this got some use too. I think even this one got some use, which is good considering I don't think I'm going to hit pan on that for this year's project. All right. This right up here is a blush. This is by Ofra. It's Melon. I had it in one of my, oops, don't fall. I had it in one of my weekly product pans, left it, but it was in this palette with these loose shadows here, these 5 here. And so I just left it because I didn't need that space, and because it's magnetized, it could help hold in these other ones. So that's a blush. I might use it. I don't think I will though. I'm going to put the names down below of what shadows I use because they're not written on the back. They're in my spreadsheet. I am going to take this shade right here. I have a hard time with Ulta's matte shades. Some of them are okay and some of them are just really patchy. So this is the only one that survived me depotting it from Ulta, so I kept it. One, because it's, you know, one of those neutral shades that, you know, I can just use in my transition. I can use for a neutral look as a one and done. I can use it to set my primer. It is a little dark for that, but I could probably still get away with it. Yeah. What else is new? I've been really down. I have a bruise on my finger. It's looking better, but I don't know if you can see that. I have no clue what I did. I'm assuming that I had a seizure and because I ended up on the floor, and this is bruised on my back and shoulders bruised. And then the next day I fell asleep sitting Indian style, and I must have pulled the muscle in my hip. So that's how my week ended. I had flare after flare before that, so it's been a long week, and that's why I haven't uploaded very much this week, is because I couldn't. I just could not function enough to get in front of the camera. But yeah, I'm sure that's why my eyes are all funky, because of everything that's going on. I mean, they look fine, but when I try to look in the camera at you guys, my eyes are like, anybody else ever feel that way, or is that just a Lori thing? I didn't even read any books. That's not true. I was reading a cookbook. It's Indian Instant Pot or something like that. And I want a hardback of it. I have it on my Kindle, but I want one I can hold in my hands and the pages can get dirty from me cooking, because I guess I'm just too afraid to have my electronics that close to my cooking station because I'm not the best cook. and one never knows what will happen. But yeah, I finally have all in the front. She says the spices that, you know, any Indian cook needs, or Indian home or Indian cook needs. And so I've slowly obtained all of these spices, and you get whole spices and then grind them up. And now the only thing I'm missing is a jar, a glass jar to keep those ground spices in. And I think they last for like 6 weeks, I think is what they said. Maybe a month, but okay, my veins are really popping out today. They were the other day as well, so yeah, there's not much I can do about that. I don't know if you guys can see them, but they're really prominent today. So this book is really good. I've read quite a few of the recipes from it, but I just love her stories. Okay, I am going to take this shade right here because it's these thin rectangle pans. They had the plastic up so high on the side of each pan that I couldn't get my brush into these eyeshadows. So I decided to depot that palette so I could actually use it, because I almost couldn't swatch the palette because of that plastic being so high. I could never use it, so without destroying a brush anyways. So I'm glad I depotted that one. I'm really glad. I also depotted the Amour'Us Lady Boss palette, which broke on me. The shadows completely lifted up from the palette lid. So I depotted that one, and some of the shadows didn't make it. One of the mattes made it, the other mattes didn't. And then I had my LA Girl Glow-tastic and Contour-tastic, and I've had them in my drawer as is forever, but they had popped up off of the plastic, and so instead of having them, you know, just float around their little bubble, I decided to just pop them in here. I'll probably use them more being out here. It's a sweatshirt kind of day here, guys. I was just kind of hanging out in bed planning my day. I was going to get up and do all these different things today, and I ended up just sitting in bed because my hip, you know, it hurts for me to walk or sit. So I was just kind of hanging out in bed planning my day instead of getting up and doing my day. And I lost track of time, and then the wind picked up, and I'm expecting a package, and I'm like, oh, I hope the postman didn't drop off a package on my porch, because it's gone. If he did, unless it weighed 50 pounds, it's gone, because that wind was a howling. I thought maybe it was storming, but no, it's just good old Wyoming breeze. I always make the statement, if I don't have to use my foot to hold the car door open, it's a breeze. Otherwise, it's windy if I do have to use my foot. This is just a clean brush. I'm just trying to get this all blended up. So it's a sweatshirt kind of day because it is kind of chilly, but I'm also just kind of hanging. And what you guys can't see is I have sweats on. I don't always have sweats on, but I have sweats on today. And they're from when I was at the Law Enforcement Academy. So they're kind of old, but they're so comfy. You know how you break them in and get them right where you like them? That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Okay, I have these three. These three right here are Natasha Denona singles that I received from Sephora. I am going to take this shade right here by Natasha Denona. I want to say it's called Moonstone. Yep. This one is Moonstone. This one is Silk. Lori, you forgot. Lori. All right. Well, we fixed that. Good news is none of them that weren't already broke. That's good news. Only one fell on the floor. The rest fell in my lap, including the one that had more breakage. And that was not that one who is trying to escape, but this lilac one. Can you see how it's broken in there? Anyways, it broke a little more on my sweats I was just talking about. My nice clean sweats are now all lilac-y. I'm going to take Fudge by ABH, and I am just going to put it in my outer corner. Look, I have that purple everywhere. That's funny. Have any of you guys seen that Rephr has their concept, not their concept, but their core collection? They have it on sale for the holidays. I want to say it's like 20% off of the core collection, which is already a discounted price. So yeah, I wish I had the funds. I would definitely get it. I love my Rephr brushes. They're really good. I have never been a brush snob. Some of my favorite brushes are e.l.f. brushes. But dag nabbit if those Rephr brushes aren't good. I need to clean mine, otherwise I'd probably have them out today. That's how much I love them. Fudge is so pigmented, and I'm not trying to do anything overly dramatic today. I just want something soft. So I'm trying to be really careful with Fudge, because knowing me, things can get out of control really fast. Kind of like me forgetting that all these shadows are loose as a goose. Oh, my hair's falling. So this week, since I've been in bed a lot, I've been watching the Deal Guy. I'll put his link down below. If you ever need something that is just, you're killing time or whatever, but you need a good laugh. Oh, my eyeballs. I'm not one to, really laugh, out loud when I'm watching something. I might smile, I might chuckle a little, but oh my heavens. I can't even remember his name. Matt, Mike, David. See, I can't remember. Anyways, I know his last name is Granite, but he is so gosh darn funny, but he gives you deals, how to save money. He says he's a consumer advocate is what he is, but he's frugal. He's tight. My dad was a very frugal man, so I can appreciate it. But this guy is hilarious. You can't help but laugh out loud because he does that self-deprecating humor so well, and while he's talking about items that save you money, and he talks about them from different stores, a lot of Amazon, but other stores he gives you tips and tricks on how to save money. And it's not like I have coupons and, you know, go shopping, and I love those as well. But holy smokes, I haven't laughed. I have not laughed that hard in a long time. And then I don't know how either one of these guys ended up in my feed, but they did. And the other one is called Unsexified, I think. Unsexy or something like that. Anyways, I will have his link down below. I just discovered him last night and watched a few of his videos before I fell asleep. And he's the same. He walks through the stores looking for a sale. He's a reseller or a flipper. And I mean, hilarious. Too funny. He has an addiction to Diet Dr. Pepper and cream soda. I didn't even know anything like that existed, but I must find. But after watching him, I am not sure my one horse town carries that, but I have to find it because I am a huge cream soda lover, and I love Dr. Pepper as well. And I actually prefer Diet Dr. Pepper because I prefer diet drinks anyways because they're not so sweet. The only one that I drink just regular is Coke, or that I like to drink regular is Coke, and that is when my nausea is really, really bad. That and Lay's potato chips. For some reason it helps with my nausea. Hi. This is a very soft look today. Okay, now we are back with Moonstone, but I'm not holding up the pan since I dumped it last time I had Moonstone in my hand. This is by Natasha Denona. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous shade, like a champagne. Pink champagne. Isn't that pretty? I don't know what palette this is from. I know it's supposed to be from one of her palettes, but I don't know what. And I have yet to wear any of these, so I'm excited to put it on my eyeballs. I should have brought my Sydney Grace singles out that I have in my Shop My Stash to play with as well, because I have yet to play with those. That's what I want to do. I'm just kind of pulling that fudge onto Moonstone just to kind of blend those two together just a little bit. I'm going to take this cream shade right here, just put it on my brow bone. Since I had time on my hands, I even cleaned up my brows this week. I did a little maintenance. These bald spots are not from over removal. I am just losing my brows for some reason. Okay, let me go finish my face and I will be right back to finish up this look. I'm really liking it right now, which can be good or bad. Sometimes when I like it like this, I tend to destroy it when I'm putting on my face and lining my eyes. So cross our fingers, guys. I will make it out alive. Alright guys, this is my final look. Fluffy hair and all. You know, some days curly hair is awesome and other days curly hair is in your way. So I didn't do a whole lot with my eyes because I really did like the look of it. What I did do is, for my inner corner, I took this shade right here. I didn't want this other light shade, which is a really silvery shade. I didn't want that. So I went with that. I'm not sure it really goes, but since I have a very neutral and I look, I didn't want to put a icy purple there. So I did put that in my inner corner. My eyes, I took my Rodial brown liner. It's just your basic chocolate brown liner. I lined my upper lid, about a quarter of my upper lid, and maybe 1/32 on my lower lash line, just enough to give it that definition and hook it so the upper and lower lid were connected. I took my JCat Beauty Shimmering Bronze eyeliner. One day this will be done and I won't be using it anymore, but until then I am. I lined my whole upper lid with this. I kept it really tight against my lash line, so the color is there, but it's not like a break between my lash line and the colors on my lid. It's just more of a hint, a suggestion, if you will, than it being really prominent. I also tight lined with it. I put it in my waterline and I took it all the way into my inner corner with the shimmering bronze on my waterline. And then I did put it on my lower lash line. I put it a little bit over that chocolate brown by Rodial, and pulled it over a little past halfway. Not quite, 3/4 of a way, but a little over half. And I like it. But I used my Clinique High Impact, and man, do I still love the effect of this mascara. It just blows me away. Every time I put it on, I'm like, dang, you sexy lashes. Okay, so I don't quite say lashes, but I say, dang, you sexy. I just think they are beautiful. Very, very long, and it even gives you a little bit of volume, which is what I usually go for. I mean, my lashes are already a decent length. I like them as is, but it really just makes them look even longer and just really, really nice. So I'm loving this mascara. I have so many that I have received, as gift with purchases, and I am so happy about that because I really like that mascara. So this is my look. Oh, what's on my lips, guys? On my lips, I have ColourPop's Buttercup. It's one of their Velvet Luxe lipsticks. I love these. They're very easy for me to apply because the wand is shorter. And then I have my e.l.f. Modern Metals gloss on top, just to give it a little something something. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed Saturday Singles. And when I talk about how I've been sick, I don't do it for you guys to feel sorry for me. We all have hardships in life, and I look at mine as sometimes I just have to find the humor in them when I have bad days, because otherwise it gets too overwhelming. So please don't think I'm asking for sympathy in any way, because I'm not. I'm just kind of talking about my life, and unfortunately that's a part of it. So please keep that in mind, because that's it. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed Saturday Singles. I hope this encourages you to go grab your single eyeshadows or your eyeshadows that you don't play with very often, and reacquaint yourselves with those items that kind of sometimes gets shoved to the back of the drawer or the closet, and that kind of get forgotten. So that's it. Please take good care. Be safe, be smart, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye.